It's fair to say that if you put two or more people together, sooner or later they will have a difference of opinion. We've seen that this is not necessarily bad, as long as things stay positive. But we also know that in the real world it can be hard to make sure everything is positive all the time. It would be impossible to list all the causes of a disagreement, dispute and conflict, but some themes are extremely common and are often hidden from view. Three that are frequently found when Newport mediation supports people concern differences over relationships, values and interests. We've already seen that conflict requires two or more people to have a relationship before it can actually take hold. If we think back to the checklist of common issues we looked at in session 7, Reasons for Conflict, we can say that all of those influences could affect a relationship where people feel they are not in control, feel frustrated or frightened, feel threatened, want things to be different, want to do things differently, misunderstand each other or see things differently, or just do not get on with each other. A relationship doesn't have to be big or important. Remember that the main parts of Peter and Mary's relationship in our earlier video were that they were neighbours and they shared a front gate. A relationship can be with someone at work, someone you meet socially, someone you deal with, say a shop assistant, or someone in the family. So what is it about values and interests? We can think of those as values, how we look at the world and what is right or wrong, good or bad, and interests, things that matter to us, often so much that we will fight, sometimes literally, for them. Although they might be hidden, these two can be massively important because they often outweigh the original problem and turn the dispute or conflict into a matter of principle. When that happens, it can be extremely difficult to find a way out, so it's worth making it a priority to find out how they might be affecting how everyone sees the issue. If we break these ideas down further, we come to things such as hopes and fears, needs and desires, concerns or worries. We could go further and add motivations, expectations and so on. What does it look like if our values and interests are threatened? From our checklist, we can see that people might feel that they're not in control, feel threatened, feel frustrated or frightened, want things to be different. They might also want to do things differently, they might misunderstand each other or see things differently, and they might just not get on with each other. And again, this covers all the points on our checklist. Another way of looking at this is to think about an iceberg where only a small part is actually visible on the surface of the ocean. The obvious dispute or conflict is what we can see above the water. Below the waterline are those hidden issues such as hopes and fears, needs and desires and concerns and worries. Even though they are unseen at first, they are very much an important part of the problem. And we've heard that if they're ignored or simply overlooked when people are seeking a solution to their problem, they're likely to come back, sometimes even worse, and make the problem flare up again. We can say that disputes or conflicts are based on dissatisfaction, which starts to grow when our deeper hopes and fears, needs and desires and concerns and worries are not matched by what other people say and do about, for example, a relationship in the family, new arrangements at work, a neighbour's idea of what relaxing is. A positive way to approach this is to seek a solution which leaves everyone, if not happy, at least less dissatisfied.